This is Veteran News Radio, getting to the heart of veteran affairs. A show for the veterans that will always seek justice and truth. Here's your host of VNR, High Speed Sound.
And welcome back to VNR, Veterans News Radio. Today is Friday, May 30th. There's some pretty interesting stuff going on in the news. I'm just going to play an excerpt from ABC News. It's got the president, the commander-in-chief, Obama, speaking about Shinseki resignation. Well, I have a few little issues with that, but here we go.
Following a 40-minute talk with President Obama at the White House, Veterans Affairs Secretary Shinseki stepped down. The president said he agrees with Shinseki that it's time for new leadership.
And a few minutes ago, Secretary Shinseki offered me his own resignation. With considerable regret, I accepted.
Earlier this morning, Shinseki took responsibility for the problems plaguing the VA system. He admitted his original belief was wrong. Issues with veteran wait times for care at VA hospitals are not isolated.
We now know that VA has a systemic, totally unacceptable lack of integrity within some of our veterans' health facilities. That breach of integrity is irresponsible, it is indefensible, and unacceptable to me.
Shinseki had laid out steps to fix the problems, but he couldn't overcome the growing drumbeat of calls for his resignation. More than 100 members of Congress on both sides of the aisle wanted him to go.
We don't have time for distractions. We need to fix the problem.
Sloan Gibson, the current VA Deputy Secretary, will run the department for the time being, but there's already criticism, with some saying new leadership needs to come from the outside. Preeti Arla, ABC News, Washington. Following a 40-minute talk.
Well, there you have it. He stepped down. General Shinseki, I've never been able to say his name the right way, stepped down. I have mixed feelings. If A, he kept on denying, even though this thing has actually been going on for years. Actually, the Inspector General has been looking at this for the past year. General, what the hell kind of a leader are you? You just turn around and step down? Would you have done that in a war zone, sir? Would you have just left and left everyone to die? Do you really think that this is going to do something because you're leaving? You did not stay the course, sir. Nor did you keep your oath to the Constitution of the United States. You let us all down, and you're continuing to let us down. Sir, to me, that is not leadership. It is cowardness. And I'm terribly sorry, but this is how I feel. As far as other problems happening at the VA, we know all about them. We've got a lot of stuff going on. It's not just the wait times. It's not just the, should I say, a little hard for me to explain because, you know, I'm pissed off. But anyway, it's not just the wait times. It's not just the 22 veterans a day statistically are committing suicide. No, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with the veteran, I believe, from South Carolina. Or could it have been Virginia? I don't really remember. If someone out there knows, please correct me. Who turned around and just because he did not have a colonoscopy, ended up dying of colon cancer because of a VA. All of you out there, mostly all of you out there, signed a blank check, payable to and upon need, even with my life. But not after we're out. Nor after we're training, and we've been in training and actually getting poisoned at home, like a bunch of us have. There's a lot of bases out there that are Superfund sites. Everything's been affecting our families, our children. And of course, let's not forget that they have a system at the VA about compensation claims. This I found out a while ago. I haven't really wanted to talk about it because it's like, well, geez, is there any truth behind this? But unfortunately, I've been seeing it the more and more I've been looking into this. But for each and every one of us that they deny a claim, management gets a bonus. What the hell kind of a system is this that they're running? Why is no one being arrested? Why is no one listening? Why are they not listening to the veterans out there who really, really have problems? Could it possibly be because we're disgruntled? Could it possibly be, well, and I hate to say this, but I heard the commander-in-chief and to everyone else, the president, say this, that, well, I don't understand why they get so upset. They signed up for it. Well, sir, I signed up to protect those like you and like everyone else out there. Of course, things have gotten way out of hand. Corporations have taken over. Now they're talking about maybe someone privately taking care of the VA. Don't you people get it? They want to privatize the VA. This is another one of their shams to privatize something. Could you just imagine how that would be? Let's think about HMOs. Let's think about, oh, that veteran, yeah, he just needs surgery, but he can leave after it's done. And yet, you can turn around and have, bad things happen. It turned into an infection or whatever. But we let him go, and if something happens that is a complication, just bring him or her back. People, now I'm just going to keep this one short, but is this normal? Is this normal for anyone? Does anyone see what the hell is going on? Not only do they deny us, not only do they not give us good health records, not only do they tell us what they're finding. Myself, personally, I have an elevated amount of arsenic. No one told me anything. The only way I found out was going to My Healthy Vet and reading all the doctor's notes and staying there for hours and hours through the night reading this stuff. But yet they don't tell you. Does anyone have any clue of what the hell is going on? Maybe they just want to get us out of the way. Yeah, that's right. It's too expensive. Let's just get rid of them all after they die. Hey, what the hell? We've got nothing wrong. We have nothing to worry about. You don't? Well, what about the people who got poisoned? What about the people that actually had family members and their children that grew up with stuff that they shouldn't have in their bodies? What about those, sir? Mr. President, this is who I am going to right now. This is what I'm trying to bring out is to you, sir, our Commander-in-Chief. Why is no one taking responsibility? Why are people resigning? I mean, poor guy. A general? Really? He should have stayed retired anyway. How much money do they get every month? Seriously. Seriously. So, it's all bullshit to him. He doesn't care. He's all set. Yes, he just left the VA. He resigned. However, he's still going home. He's going to be in his lovely, cushy home with his family, getting that big amount of dollars. I don't even know how much a general makes monthly. I do know that they do live a comfortable life. I'm actually looking it up right now and see what it comes up with, because this is very, very interesting to me, and I'm sure it's to everyone else too. Absolutely. Abso-friggin-lutely. How could they? How could they? I have no idea. Of course, I'm not really finding anything here. I don't know if anyone else there can. It would be wonderful. But I can tell you this. Stay home, sir. You are not a leader. You should have never been a leader. Ever. Well, that's about it. All I have to say about this, as Forrest Gump would say. Might as well look at the light side of this. But we'll be back, and there's a couple of people who I'm actually looking at right now that I do want to bring out into the carpet, because they're screwing us. Everyone understand they are screwing us. We served the best country in the world, and at the end, they're stabbing us in the back. This is High Speed Sal. I'm wishing you all a safe weekend, a wonderful day of whatever's left with it. This is VNR, Veterans News Radio, signing off.